Yeah, this is more of the Big Bend, the hottest part of Texas, where we started the movie. This is part of our helicopter shot that started the film. And of course, this was not in the film itself. It's an incredible landscape, as you see there. This backbone of an old mountain. You have to forgive the looks of these materials. They were initially used in the editing room and eventually then cut out, so it's a little scratchy, but that's the way we found it. Robbie Mueller shot all of these shots here. He operated the camera himself from beginning till the end. He doesn't like it when somebody else operates it. It was incredibly hot here, 110 degrees. I don't even know what that is in Celsius. And my first shot with Harry Dean. There he is, in the middle of nowhere. This is a deleted scene with the German doctor who takes care of Travis in the very beginning, played by Bernard Vicky. Somehow the scene didn't fit into the cut anymore in the end, and we felt we could do without it.
You know which side of the border you're on?
I like it when I interrupted at the end to have the scene done one more time, and I indicate that I think it should be done a little faster, and Harry Dean thinks it should be done slower.
Oh, wanna talk to me? I'm a doctor, believe it or not.
Bernard had his funny Bavarian accent.
¿Cómo te llamas? Maybe you hablas español, eh?
He was a great director himself. I don't know if any of you have seen a film of his called The Bridge.
Maybe a little faster.
Yeah.
Important film in the 1950s in Germany.
Well, boy. I don't care in what kind of
More of the
condition you're in,
doctor
son.
examining Travis
I
that we
spent
found on
too
the
much time in this place.
cutting room floor.
Activate any sympathy.
Of course,
All
this
this
is
sympathy is being burnt
the days
right out of me.
before digital
Oh,
editing.
you won't talk to me?
So all of this film was obviously at the time edited on a flatbed.
I'm making a U-turn
So
right out of
that's
this
why
room.
this is looking a little
You will
scratchy.
never see me again. All right, lay down. Lay down, stupid.
Another scene from the beginning. Travis spends his first night in the country hospital. All the Nivea cream in his face is due to the sunburn he got in the desert. Obviously, Travis doesn't like it much in the hospital. And he escapes very quickly. But again, we felt the scene wasn't really necessary, so we left it out. This scene was shot day for night, outside of the hospital. Travis is just trying to come to terms with what he's doing. At this moment, he is still completely catatonic and doesn't speak. What I had in mind here, and what I didn't use at all, was some sort of premonition of what he was going to do, which is finding his wife. And for this, I shot this close-up of Nastasia, but it wasn't used, as well as this scene, Travis disappearing from the hospital in the middle of the night. Another edited scene, Walt takes Travis to the barber to get a haircut and a shave. This is still in the time when Travis and his brother aren't on speaking terms. I love the place, mainly because of the giant roadrunner outside of the barber shop. I'm a sucker for places like these, and actually I think we did the entire scene so I could see the roadrunner outside. It wasn't all that necessary, and we left it out accordingly. Now in the cut you just see him and he's groomed and shaven all of a sudden, which works just as well.
Let me look at it without your hat for a second. Just take it off, Jack, just for a second.
This is a little piece that
see, now that's better.
was also left out.
Turn around.
Walt examining Travis' new wardrobe and finding a few mistakes. Desperately trying to get rid of that hat.
Yeah, that's not bad. How do the boots feel? Well, it doesn't matter. When we get to L.A.
We found this motel room as it was, with this
Take your belt
incredible
on.
blue
Let's
wall.
go get something to eat. I'm starving.
Actually, that's why we shot there. Didn't touch it. On that journey, when they continue by car, Travis stops Walt all of a sudden, and he wants to look at this cemetery. So they just drive off the freeway. Well, you see the freeway in the background to the cemetery, and Travis just wanders along looking for a grave. And we only understand later what this is all about. The scene wasn't in the script. I just loved this location so much. I saw this cemetery by coincidence. Also just driving by on the giant freeway there. And some of the crosses had just disappeared in the sand. I don't know. Sometimes it's raining heavily there, and some of these graves had just sunken in. Travis finally finds one that captures his imagination. That old cemetery was abandoned, and who knows who that once was, the little one.
Mary?
Do you remember Mama's very first name?
Mary.
No, I mean before she.
This following scene
found
here
Daddy.
clarifies a
her
little bit
maiden
what
name?
Travis was looking
You
for
don't remember her maiden name?
on that cemetery.
It was Sakine.
Kine, yeah. Spanish.
This was a pretty difficult shot
Her
because
father was.
the camera was in the second car and they were not connected, and it was difficult to keep the same distance. Part of this scene is in the cut. Not all of it. This very beginning in the early morning hour, we shot this here at 4 o'clock in the morning. Did not make it into the cut, but I just loved it. The sunrise in the desert is just so spectacular every day. The following dialogue is not in the film either. I won't say anything so you can listen to it. What's in the film is what was coming after the story that Travis is telling his brother.
In Rapid City, South Dakota, Mama gave me ice cubes wrapped in napkins to suck on.
Sam Shepard had written this little story
I was teething then, and
for
the ice
Travis,
numbed my gums.
but we weren't really sure if we could actually
night
use
we
it, and
Crossed the
so it
Badlands.
was a piece that was not really in the script, that was sort of an
the
additional
shelf
dialogue that he had
behind the
given me
back
in
seat of the
case
Plymouth.
I would find a place for it. And we
Instead,
tried
art
it here, and
stars.
I must admit it didn't
Glass
quite make
of
sense.
the window
But it was a beautiful scene, and
freezing cold if you touched
Harry
it.
Dean loved it, and I'm sure he's going to be happy to see it, at least on the
We
DVD.
stopped on the prairie at a place with huge white plaster dinosaurs.
This was shot before the sun got up as well,
There was no town,
around 5 o'clock, I'd say.
just these dinosaurs.
You'd never get these colors otherwise.
Light shining up at them from the ground. And Mama carried me around in a brown army blanket, humming a real slow tune. I think it was Peg of My Heart. And she hummed it very softly to herself, like her thoughts were far away, and there were no people around. Just us and the dinosaurs.
It was important for us to shoot the scene, though.
Lights are on.
Harry Dean felt it was something he needed to do, and he was happy afterwards.
Azusa.
This little scene with Travis and Hunter on their journey from Los Angeles back to Texas was also cut out. It was totally improvised by Hunter. Some of the other stuff he improvised made it into the cut, like the little scene when he's sitting on the back of the car. But he was talking so much about spaceships and space shuttles, so we couldn't really use it all. This was very funny, though, and
Wow, that's what a space shuttle
Harry
is.
Dean had his share of trouble to
Space shuttle? What's a space shuttle?
keep in touch with
I don't know what a
Hunter's
space shuttle is.
improvisations.
No?
Hunter was just relentless. He could shoot for hours without
Really?
interrupting.
No, I don't. I really don't.
Space shuttle is like a space repair ship.
It's always a challenge for a
Goes up
grown-up actor to work
in
with a
space
kid, and
to the space station, repairs it, then comes back down.
Harry Dean was really great with Hunter, and he
Would
was
you like
very
to go up in
generous
space?
and
Yeah, but they don't
really
make
tried
them
his best
for
to
kids now, yet.
let the little boy
Make what?
shoot and tell
Spaceships.
whatever story
My
he would
dad,
come
my
up with.
other dad.
In
said
between, when
they'll
you see
make
the
like cars
little
when I'm
black
older.
moments,
I'll be darned.
that's the drawback of using
I'll be
these
hot.
found materials. We took out frames to grab
Is that on the top?
stills for the publicity of the film. This is what the director is hiding in a scene like this. In order to watch the scene, I had to climb down into the front room of the car here. Boy, was that hot.
He's not in his right mind, Walt. I don't care if he is your brother. There is something wrong with a man who just disappears with a 7-year-old boy.
He told me he was going.
In the
But
film,
not
when
with Hunter.
Travis and
He's
Hunter
not
set
an
out for
asset
their
who
journey
just
to
ran
Texas
off with him
together,
like that. He knew it was
we
wrong.
see
Otherwise, he will have come to
Hunter's
us and talk about it.
stepfather and stepmother rather desperate
Yes,
at
I
home.
can.
We did shoot a scene, this one
I
here,
can't blame him.
where they were starting
If
to
he wanted
follow
it so
them.
bad, why didn't he show up 4 years ago?
Actually,
Why
we
did
shot
he?
another
At least
scene, but
send him
I
a
couldn't find
poster.
it anymore when they
He
were on the
abandoned
road.
Hunter. That's what it
But in the editing room, we decided we
And he
didn't
still
need
doesn't.
that chase,
He's out
as it
there
wasn't really
driving
leading
around with a
anywhere.
child that we raised. He's dangerous.
Oh, that's crazy.
We will never find them.
Yes, we will. We know what route they took. What kind of
In the
car they got.
background, you see the Burbank airport. Another little moment of Travis and Hunter on the road.
Oh, excited.
When are we gonna be in Houston?
Tomorrow morning, I hope.
This is shortly before Travis finds Jane in the Keyhole Club. This is a little dialogue Sam had written
Oh, there are lots of different girls come through here
that
all the
involves
time.
the old owner of the club when it was once a ritzy,
Well,
fancy
I used to run
place.
it. It was mine.
And this guy strictly belongs into the past, and
When he was here,
Travis
he had
notices it that he
there wasn't
won't
a
get
place on
anything
the
out of
coast
him,
had
and
more equipment than we had. Why, the
lets
Balinese
him
room didn't
ramble
have a thing
on.
that we didn't have. There wasn't a man in this town who wasn't proud to be a member of this club until the Attorney General come down on us and closed it up.
Yes, sir.
And that's when everything started to go to hell in the basket. We didn't have nothing to turn to. Nothing was worth a pinch of shit. We didn't know where we were.
John Lurie has a short appearance in the film as sort of Jane's pimp, or whatever you want to call it. This was really my favorite scene of his, and I only took it out at the very, very end of the editing period, when it was clear that I somehow had to sacrifice another minute or two. I really regretted that this didn't make it into the curtain. I'm happy at least I can show it here, because John is a great saxophone player, as you might know, with the Lounge Lizards. I had no idea he was also a great harmonica player. Again, the little black moments in between is where we took out some frames, just grabbed them to use them for stills and publicity photographs. Another one of those. I think I shot this scene here only once, and I was surprised myself about John Lurie's harmonica playing, so we just continued, and I indicated the dolly grip that he should move the camera forward so I would see John a little bit more from the side. Hunter and Travis leave Port Arthur after Travis's first encounter with Jane, and they end up in a little western town of Westhoff, where I really only shot because that's my grandfather's name, Westhoff.
Hi. Hi, Toadhead.
And this little scene between
Hi, Flyface.
Hunter and his little girlfriend, whom he meets by accident, also got cut out in the last minute. Wasn't really essential for the film, I must say, but it was fun to give Hunter the space to encounter a girlfriend. In the cut, you see Travis speak into a little Walkman, and later on you see Hunter listen to it.
You wouldn't be here.
What we didn't use was the moment when Travis is giving the tape to Hunter.
Yowie.
We felt we didn't really need it, and that's probably right, but Here it is, the scene when Hunter and his father
Why are
say
you there?
goodbye. Actually, Hunter doesn't know that it is a goodbye.
Dumb.
No.
Travis already knows
I gotta go out for a while.
that this tape that he's giving him is his goodbye tape.
Where are you going?
I gotta go back to that place again.
To see Mom.
Hunter reading comic strips was
And am I gonna get to see
an
Mom?
adventure in itself,
As soon as I talk to her. Won't be
because he
long,
was
so
always
I want you to wait here and
doing it
Don't
by
go out.
accompanying himself
Okay.
with lots of sound effects.
I made a little tape for you. I want you to play it after I go. Okay?
Okay. It might have crashed on someone's head if I hadn't blasted it. Sorry. No harm done, JRJ.
In this scene, the moment when Jane and Hunter find each other again, of course, is in the film. But I cut it short. This is after what you know. And I also left it in to show you what the director does in a crammed situation like this one, where everything can be seen in the window, because the window is like a mirror. So you will realize very quickly how the sound engineer and myself, how we were watching the scene. This is another one of the little flashbacks we didn't use with Jane's face. And there you have it. That's all we found.